I want to skip to this story or story kind of a discussion. So the state of modern cartoons, like in comparison to, for example, Spider-Man the animated series back in the 90s or Batman the animated series back in the 90s. Like that was the shit, that story structure or that atmosphere, right? The way they used to tell stories in combination with like animation. That's completely off the fucking table now. It makes no fucking sense.
No, they've won awards for like Batman the animated series won awards, and people like to say that it's because of the Joker and Mark Hamill. I'm like, no, they won lots and lots of awards for episodes that didn't even involve the Joker, like Mr. Freeze's introduction with him and Nora, which is like one of my favorite things of all time. That's heartbreaking. I love Mr. Freeze from the animated series. The Scarecrow, like he was terrifying as a kid. You know what I mean? A Man-Bat, when they introduced Man-Bat, I'm like, holy crap.
First fucking episode. What a way to start a show, right?
Yeah. And then there was a werewolf episode, and then there was, again, darker stuff, like horror stuff. That it was cool aspect because it was very, very dark and sinister, and then Batman was the shining light, you know what I mean? And that they made it to where you were like, ooh, Batman's got to go against all these really evil predators that are super dark and scary.
Yeah.
You know, it showed you he's a man that could fight these things, and then you're invested immediately.
Right.
With some of these new cartoons today, I feel like it's about this, buddy. You know what I mean? You see the money symbol, guys.
That's now it's just about fucking toys.
Toys. Exactly. I'm so glad you said it right after me.
Yeah. I mean, I love me some good toys, but the story comes first, right? Like, if the story is good and the animation is solid, and it's not just shallow bullcrap, you know, just for the sake of selling toys to children, but also, like, substance-wise, like, the same goes for, like, in the Netherlands, you know, I'm Dutch, if you didn't know, but... in the Netherlands, in back in the 90s, everything was subtitled in Dutch with like just English voices. You know, everything was just English with subtitles in Dutch, and that's so absolutely important to someone that wants to be good at speaking English, you know, when they grow old, because it automatically exposes them to English, you know. And in Germany, for example, they always dub everything to a degree that most German people are not well versed in English. Not that I'm saying that most Dutch people are, but in general, we are very good in English. The accent sucks though. Like, that's why I'm different, because I'm a voice actor. But yeah, but the thing is, like, that also, played a huge part in me, being able to develop English in such a way. And the problem lies in the fact, of course, of toys. In toys, selling toys, but also they just don't care anymore, and they think that the way they tell stories has to be completely childish, in such a way that it's fucking laughable. And now I can't even watch like Marvel's Spider-Man on TV because it's just fucking stupid.
Well, I look at it, just to interject really quick, sorry.
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
The All Real Ghostbusters was like one of my favorite things when I was growing up, because it was very like well written. It was very like adult driven. I think it's more for children now. You see, like, the Ninja Turtles new series, for example. They took them and morphed them into something I can't even stand to think about now. And I've been a Ninja Turtles fan since I have a Ninja Turtles arcade machine right here, like it's like literally right to my left.
Yeah, like, I have to zoom in on that.
But yeah, like they ruined that whole thing for me. I mean, why would you not? I feel like it's more like you're saying, toys, yes. But their target audience these days is kids, and us as adults growing up on the things that we love, that were amazing cartoons, want to see those cartoons rise and become something more that is adult, like for us. But also just the state of cartoons in general is just, it blows my mind, some of the cartoons that are out there that are just like, it hurts my brain to think about the kids that watch this. And I think it honestly affects the kids no, and I'm not shitting you here. I'm not trying to be and guys, I'm not trying to be a dick or a weirdo, but like the parents who let their kids watch these horrible cartoons, those shape you, because the cartoons I had were He-Man, fucking Transformers, like the Ninja Turtles, like G.I. Joe, they
Batman.
had good messages. Yeah, they had Batman. They had good messages behind them. Superman.
Yeah.
They had good messages behind them that was like, be a good person, help other people, and like they always had something at the end.
Stand up for injustice.
Right, yeah. Don't let people be bullied.
Yeah, be a genuine good person.
That's not there anymore. It's just
shallow.
It's just money and toys. And it breaks my heart because there's still a way to do that. You can still make a good cartoon product and still be able to reach the adults and the younger people and find that happy medium, as opposed to just, this is what we're doing, we're all in on this. And it's just garbage. And then it affects the children. I'm dead serious. It'll affect you. Because the cartoons I grew up with affected me in a way to where when I was out doing things with my friends, I would no shit think about what He-Man or like what Batman would do in that situation, and I would judge it from that.
Yeah, because it's a good example.
Right, yeah. Kids, that's the youngest. Your mind is the most impressionable when you're a child.
Yeah.
And for them to just watch these things that, what are they called? Weebles wobble, but they don't fucking fall down or whatever? Fuck
I have no idea. But it's just fucking shallow, and it's just laughable, and it's just fucking stupid. Like, the stupidity of these shows. And it's not just... like, I don't really have a good example because I don't watch anything, but like... not that I didn't see anything, but I don't know what the fuck these shows are called. But when I was okay, I'll tell you. So when I was like 5 years old or 6 years old, that's when I started watching Batman the Animated Series. That's pretty early, right, for such a dark show. But I have a nephew that is 5 or 6 years old, and it's completely different from not that it's wrong, but like in contrast, the substance in such a show and the lack of depth, right, is so fucking absurd. Like, I don't get it. Like, and not just him, but like in general, when I'm on the when I'm visiting someone else that is at that age or maybe even older, like. It's just like kid shows are mostly like fucking toddler shows these days. Kids cartoons are for toddlers, right? In contrast, because before it was teenage stuff, right? Batman the Animated Series is best to be watched by 12 years and older. But I could definitely watch it, and it was not scary to me. It was just, it was dark, it made me think about stuff. And it actually it blew my mind, and I was actually very entertained as well.
I don't know, but I want to say you have balls of steel from being a kid and being able to watch all that dark stuff. Sir.
I know.
That's when Density Dennis that's when Density Dennis was born. Are you kidding me? The Joker's running around with a machine gun and like shooting people. Shit.
Yeah, but nobody actually dies and bleeds. So that's the difference, right?
They do get killed, but they don't show it.
No, but that's good storytelling. That's shying. It's still shying away from murder in a cartoon,
right?
But it still has like how do you call that? Stakes. There we go. Stakes. Yeah. So lots of fucking movies. Spider-Man, Homecoming. Right. Stakes are low. Sure. His to-be father-in-law is a fucking maniac and murders people with a fucking glider or whatever it's called. He's the Vulture, right? But at the same time, the stakes aren't as high as it were for Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2, for example, back in 2004, right? With the Raimi Spider-Man. Because his life was so fucking shitty.
Yeah.
Like he has been his face was fucking smacked into the ground and then some,
man.
right?
Yeah, like they made Peter, like Peter Parker is like a teenager who's struggling. He's like his home life isn't that great. Like he's struggling with
Money.
his Uncle Ben dying, which was like his dad, and then being a teenager, getting a job, stuff
right.
at school. That's why Stan Lee loved him so
Right.
much. Also, for anybody who's watching, they told Stan Lee that Spider-Man would never become anything. So if you want to chase and follow your dreams, man, just do it. Like, don't listen to what the fuck anybody else says. Just do it, man. Because they told Stan Lee that Spider-Man would never become anything, and look at it now.
I know, but still, like there's a huge difference in quality, right? Like when it comes to Spider-Man: Homecoming in comparison to Spider-Man from 2002 and onward, Spider-Man 2. And of course, Spider-Man 3 is a fucking shit show, but like Spider-Man 2 was actually pretty good, and why? Because everything goes wrong, and then at the end, he finally gets what he earned. Right, what he fought for and what he suffered for, and the whole movie is one fucking roller coaster of things going wrong for him.
Right.
Everything from losing his powers to the girl of his dreams is gonna marry the son of the fucking boss that you work for, like the son of J. Jonah Jameson. Who went to the fucking moon, right?
Yeah, fuck that guy, by the way.
Eventually, yeah. So, and in the end, he finally gets to actually, save Mary Jane from Doc Ock, and
Right.
she discovers.
There's a lot of depth,
right? There's a lot of depth, right? Yeah, and the stakes are high, and his life is fucking shitty, and he has to earn, a good time.
Right.
Yeah.